Joey. Alright. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic, Non Classic. This is episode number 2442. And 48, excuse me. That was number 2342. First up, we're discussing the final Thor Epic Collection. This one has not been released yet, but I'm discussing the issues of it. But basically, it's called Thor Epic Collection, Volume 24, Lost Gods, which collects Journey into Mystery, number 503 to 513, along with apparently a negative number 1, Valkyrie number 1, and Hercules Heart of Chaos. Now, I get the Lost Gods. We collected here because this happened next. And Valkyrie is included probably because basically it was released period of time, and also because, well, it's a character from Thor. Hercules is part of the same reason. Now, the Lost Gods saga, it's a 11-part story. Or mostly focuses on the Red Thor, aka Red Narvel. Who was the writer of these issues? Tom DeFalco. Yeah, and they also kill off an old character from the pages of Thor. Well, kind of anyways. They kill off Holder. It's basically the Lost Gods are basically like the missing gods who are missing for a while, and basically, well, Red Thor, aka Red Narvel, just searches for all these people. And that's pretty much what the story is. And they're after them. It's a really interesting story. I do enjoy this one. I thought it was really cool. They probably included it because Thor was not available yet, per se, but it was a damn good story. And I do enjoy it. It's only 11 parts. And then pretty much afterwards, book gets replaced by... Excuse me, if you're really curious, who replaces the Lost Gods? Shang-Chi for like 3 issues, and then we have 3 issues of Black Widow, and then 2 issues of Hannibal King, and that's it. You're thinking, okay, what about the Valkyrie one-shot? This mostly focused on the reemergence of Brunhilde. Yeah, and it's written by Jane Matias, art by Pablo Remedy. We do have a Valkyrie get killed off in the story, and it's Barbara Norris. The one who was Valkyrie. Yeah, sadly she gets killed off in the story. And she was a character who didn't appear very much. She appeared very rarely. As a matter of fact, her last appearance part of this was issue Defenders 108. Yeah, it's basically, it's mostly what it is. It's just reemergence of Valkyrie, modern day. That's most of what it is. The book was released in November 1996. Oh, in case you're curious about Journey into Mystery. The issues that the Lost Gods cover, those released from September 1996 to September 1997, basically by years worth of material here. Yep. So then comes Hercules. Where he has a 3-issue miniseries released from June to August of 1997. This is another book basically was collected for the reason of the same 2 reasons. Released in a period of time. Bless you. You're welcome. And also, well, because basically Tom Falcon wrote it. Just like he wrote the main book. It's a very interesting miniseries. And if you're really curious, is this the first Hercules miniseries there was? No. This is one of several books that he has. It's actually the first book he's had in quite a while. Now, this might find interesting. Did you know he released a couple miniseries in the 80s? And you're thinking, really? Yeah, really. Yeah, the first 2 miniseries, surprisingly, is basically the first 2 volumes, the ones released in the 80s, that focuses on a futuristic Hercules. Yeah, not Hercules in modern day. It's basically a future version of him. Yeah, and then of course this guy would make one final appearance in the Hercules Twilight of the God miniseries. Yeah, that was his return, but not the first time, but probably the first time that... Yeah, probably the first time that the in-universe Hercules had a solo book. Yep, definitely. It was the first one he had. I definitely think Every Hammer was a good idea. Of course, you would have other books afterwards. His next book was released until 2005. Once again, limited series. And in case you're curious, though, how many ongoing series he had? He has had a total of 3. Herc. Well, first was an Incredible Hercules, then Herc, and then another Hercules book. Yep. Overall, for these issues, all pretty good. And of course, basic with this, I am done with talking about Thor for a while. Well, basically, stuff from the original run. You'll have to discuss for Thor just the Volume 2. But basically, this is going to be placed with Excalibur next time we talk about it. Next up. Next up we have is basically Marvel. Basically, the next volume from Marvel Masterworks. I believe it's Volume 7, which click issue 76 through 91. The first 2 issues mostly puts up a conclusion to Mega Unknown series. Storyline, like I mentioned before in another video, where Steve Gerber, the guy who created this character, Omega the Unknown, he was not satisfied with it. He actually hated this conclusion. It's weird, though. Defenders basically be the one to deal with this. Yeah, I don't know exactly the reason why that they decided to have Defenders or have a storyline from their book. Yeah, I don't really know why. It's weird. Yeah, then pretty much wrap this 2-parter. And then we have Yellow Jackets joining a team to take on Mutant Force. Yeah, a group of characters from Captain America comics. And this is actually... They actually are recurring foes for the next 3 issues. Yep. That story gets wrapped up with issue 80, then they come back for 83 and 87, and that's it for a bit. Also, Submariner joins the Ross this period of time, and then, of course, by 81, Yellow Dragon and the Wasp. The Wasp will join the group as she leaves. And then, of course, deal with this guy called Yonatan, this bird creature. Yeah, he is basically here for like 5 straight issues, and by 83, he's done. Yeah, after he's defeated, he's never sitting in the book. And then we do this was named Wizra, who's only here for 1 issue. Yeah, and of course the team gets split in 2 teams in 84, where Doctor and Submariner on one team, and the other one's Atlantean Navy, which is Hulk, Valkyrie, and Hellcat. And then we have, oh boy, the Mandrill stuff. Nighthawk, of course, is being courted, and he, of course, is being accused of stuff that is so stupid, like really stupid. Like they want to withhold bail, despite the fact that he actually does live in the area. He does not plan to flee. And despite the fact that at one point he does save the court's lives, they still want to arrest him. He's like, screw you, I'm leaving. And I'm taking my Costa with me. Also, throughout these issues, it's revealed that Patsy Walker, who was part of the team at this point in time, her mother passes away and she inherits her house. And because also the IRS stupidly decided to repossess Nighthawk's house, his very, very nice apartment, very expensive apartment. So we stay over at Patsy Walker's place. Yep. And the whole thing of Mandrill, this goes on for a few issues. Yeah, and he's here he's basically here, Mandrill himself is here up until issue 91. And afterwards, he's never seen again in the book. No, seriously, he never pops up ever again. It's like it's defeated, and that's it for him. Yeah, Mutant Force pops again. Of course, I love the covers here. Hulk being Prince of Wales, so that was interesting. Now, I should point out, though, the writer for these issues is Ed Hannigan. Yeah, he's the writer of all these issues. Oh, not the first 2. First 2 is basically... first is Stephen Grant for issue 76 and 77. It's Stephen Grant and Mark Greenwald. Then from 78 forward, it's basically Ed Hannigan. Yep. And of course, yeah, they deal with various different stuff here. Great set of issues. I love it. Of course, we get the origin of Patsy Walker told in '89, which is interesting. Yeah, this is also when we talk about Patsy's mom. Well, actually, it's her surrogate daughter, but yeah. Then, of course, by '90, of course, they continue with the Mandrill storyline, and eventually the story is wrapped up by '91 where he disappears, never seen the book ever again. Yeah, very interesting set of issues. I personally love these issues. Yep. So by '92, we get basically a brand new writer. I'm gonna talk about that later. Yep. But yeah, that's particularly a particular view. Going for a bit, and basically when I get back, I'll talk about the last episode for now, discussed for that was a part timer. Do two more comic corners, and who knows what we'll do afterwards after that. Okay, next view. Bye.